Now, good morning to all of you from SNCS. I want to teach you the chapter of second of chemistry, that is acid, bases and salts. As in the previous classes, you read that acids and bases, and according to your previous knowledge, as you know that acids are those substances which are sour in taste, and bases are those substances which are bitter in taste. But that definition is not perfect, because it is not perfect to taste all the things, because according to that definition, if we will taste it, then we can decide that that substance is sour or that's another substance is a bitter. But it may be the harmful for us if we will taste all the substances to identify acid and base. Suppose you taste hydrochloric acid, then it will cause the accident and maybe you will not alive to see the result. That's why whatever the previous definition, according to that class it's okay, but now according to 10th class, acids, the first word in the name of the chapter, those substances which can change the blue color of litmus paper into the red, that are called as acids. Modern definition, those substances which can give one or more H plus ions, that is called as hydronium ion, are called as acids. For example, hydrochloric acid. Again the definition, that those substances which can give one or more H plus ion in aqueous state, that are called as acids. Now just see that HCl, in the aqueous state it will be dissociates to give one H plus ion and one chloride ion. For example, nitric acid. That is HNO3. In the aqueous state, it will gives you H plus ion and NO3 minus ion. That is called as nitrate ion. For example, sulfuric acid, which is also known as king of chemicals. Sulfuric acid in aqueous state, when it dissociates, then it gives 2 H plus ions and sulfate ion. One more example, for example, phosphoric acid. On dissociation, it will gives you 3 H plus ion and 1 phosphate ion. It means those substances which can give 1 or 2 or 3 or more H plus ion in the aqueous state, that are called as acids. Second word in your chapter name, that is base. According to your previous definition, which are bitter in taste, that are called as base. But the new definition, that those substances which can give hydroxide ion, that is OH minus ion. In the aqueous state that are called as base. One more definition which can change the red litmus paper into the blue, that are called as base. For example, sodium hydroxide. Sodium hydroxide in the aqueous state, it will gives you sodium ion and one hydroxide ion. Similarly, calcium hydroxide, in the aqueous state, it will dissociates into calcium ion and hydroxide ion. Similarly, aluminium hydroxide. In the aqueous state, it will dissociate to give aluminium ion and 3-hydroxide ion. It means those substances which can give 1, 2, 3 or more OH minus ion in the aqueous state, then that are called as bases. Now, third word in your definition, that is salts. Those substances which are made up of acids as well as base, that are called as salts. For example, sodium hydroxide, that is a base. Hydrochloric acid, that is a acid. When it react to give sodium chloride and water, that sodium chloride is a salt. It means, what is the name of the chapter? That is acid, bases and salts. All the three words are clear. Now, bases are of two types. One is strong base and one is weak base. Those bases which can give OH minus ion very easily, very fastly, that are called as strong base. For example, sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, that are the strong bases. Those bases which cannot give OH minus ion very easily and very fastly, that are called as weak bases. For example, ammonium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide, magnesium hydroxide. Now, just like bases, acids are also of two types. One that is strong acid, and second that is weak acid. Those acids which can give H plus ion very easily, very fastly, that are called as strong acids. For example, hydrochloric acid, nitric acid, sulfuric acid, etc. Those acids which cannot give H plus ions very easily, very fastly, that are called as weak acids. For example, carbonic acid, that is H2CO3, acetic acid, that is CH3COOH, that are called examples of weak acids. Now, just now we read that what are the acids, what are the bases, and what are the salts. But the one more substance, that is indicators. Indicators or acid base indicators are those substances by color changing or by order changing, it predict that particular substance is an acid or a base, that are called as indicators. Indicators are of two types. One that is natural indicator, and second that is synthetic indicators. Those indicators which we obtain by the nature, that are called as natural indicators. For example, turmeric powder, litmus. Synthetic indicators, those indicators which we are prepared in the laboratories, that are called as synthetic indicators. It is also called as man-made indicators. For example, phenolphthalein, methyl orange, these are the type of indicators, or we can say that these are the type of acid base indicators. One that is natural indicators, second that is synthetic indicators. Now one more type of indicators, that are olfactory indicators. Those indicators, by smell changing, it predict that particular substance is an acid or the base, that are called as olfactory indicators. For example, vanilla extract, onion extract. Related to this indicator, one activity is also given in our book. How it works, vanilla indicator, suppose we are taking the vanilla indicator. If we take the cotton strip and we dip in the vanilla extract, and then we will take it in contact with one substance, that is acid, and another is a base. In that condition, if the smell of vanilla remains as it is, in that condition, that substance is a acid. But when smell of vanilla moves out, in that condition, that particular sample is a base. Same for the onion extract. Now, next topic, our topic is chemical properties of acids. What will happen when metals react with the acid? when metal react with the acid, always it will gives you salt and hydrogen gas. It's compulsory. But in the case of nitric acid it is not same, but in general we can say that. For example, sodium metal, when it react with the hydrochloric acid, it will gives you sodium chloride and hydrogen. Whenever you are writing the equation, you should have to write the names of all the reactant as well as the product. Don't forget. For example, zinc, when it react with the sulfuric acid, or you can say that dilute sulfuric acid, then it will gives you zinc sulfate, hydrogen gas is evolved. For example, magnesium, when react with the hydrochloric acid, it will gives you magnesium chloride and hydrogen. Now, if you learn in the first chapter balancing of the equation, then easily you can identify that first equation is not balanced. Okay, 2Na plus 2HCl will gives you 2NaCl plus H2. For example, aluminium, when it react with the sulfuric acid, it will gives you aluminium sulfate. Okay, now second, when acid reacts with the metal carbonates or metal bicarbonates, in that condition, for example, magnesium, magnesium carbonate, when react with the hydrochloric acid, then it will gives you magnesium chloride, water and carbon dioxide. When sodium carbonate react with the sulfuric acid, it will gives you sodium sulfate, water and carbon dioxide. Means on the basis of these equation we can generalize the equation that acids on reaction with metal carbonates gives salt and water. Similarly, when acids react with the metal hydrogen carbonate, again we will get salt, water and carbon dioxide. In both the reaction, carbon dioxide will be evolved. Okay. Now, third reaction, that is when acids react with the bases. When acids react with the base, then it will gives you salt and water. For example, hydrochloric acid. When it reacts with the sodium hydroxide, that you know that it is a base, it will gives you salt, that is sodium chloride, as well as water. It means today we read that what do you mean by acids, how many types of acids, bases, how many types of bases, salts. After then we read that indicators types, that is natural as well as synthetic indicators. One more type we read, that is olfactory indicators. Now after the indicators we read chemical properties of acids. First, when it reacts with the metal. Second, on reaction with the metal carbonate and metal bicarbonate, as well as the reaction with the base. In your NCERT, one activity is given, that is reaction of acids with the metal. In that activity, there we had taken zinc granules, and when we add the sulfuric acid or hydrochloric acid, hydrogen gases evolves. Bubbles of hydrogen gases will be obtained on the metal surface. After then, second activity, one more activity is given in the book, that is related with the reaction of acids with the metal carbonates and metal bicarbonates. Same we will get, one is salt, one is carbon dioxide, and another is the water. Next property which we read, that is acids when react with the bases, it will give the salt and water, and that reaction is called as neutralization reaction. This is the important term. What do you mean by neutralization reaction? That reaction in which acid and base react together to give salt and water, that is called as neutralization reaction. Now homework for you. You have to learn the chemical equations. What happens when acid reacts with the metals? What happens when acid react with the metal carbonate and bicarbonate, and acid react with the base? Whatever the equations are given in your NCERT, you have to learn it. Okay.